Okay, the life of, okay, hopefully, let's see, I got my iPad now. Make sure we are all doing okay. Ba, 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 ba. Make sure we are all. Oh, great. I think the volume's back. Yes. Okay. Oh, great. I think the volume's back. Okay. Whew. Hopefully the volume doesn't cut out on us again. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. So, we have a cute little demo. So I call this like faux watercolor. So you can see we're doing it on watercolor paper, and it does have a little bit of a watercolor esque effect because we're using the Corine Brush Marker Pros, which are watercolor markers. I know, right? Third time's the charm. Oh my God. My face is super red. It's always so frustrating. Facebook. Anyways, it's okay. We're going to get it done, and it's going to be awesome. So we're going to use the markers. We're going to use some water. So I have my vaporizer just because it's a little more misty, I find, for this technique. Hello, hello. Waiting for everyone to catch back up. And then some watercolor paper, which I didn't cut down to A2 today. So we'll have, we have the Bottle Brush Trees from Tim Holtz. This is the new stamp set. And then the cute little sentiment came from the Noteworthy stamp set here. It just says Shine Brightly, which I thought was super cute to go with the trees. And I stamped it with just archival ink, but you could also run the brushes over there and stamp that too. So we're going to play with kind of all of that stuff. And I had a little you know, when stuff doesn't work out the way you planned, then you get all flustered. And now I'm in my just flustered state. Okay, so what I did first was just kind of cut down an A2 piece of cardstock, and then I didn't do it for this demo because I already had A2, but I'm just going to, not cardstock, watercolor paper. So we're going to take watercolor paper. We're just going to cut ourselves a card base, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Oops. And just kind of get that working there. I'm cutting two just so I have a backup for when we do some other things. And then you can always trim it down. So I started with a card base, a regular card base A2, and then I trimmed it down so I could have a cute little fun pink glittery border, which is from the Muted Opulent paper pack from Sizzix. So we're going to do this. And I have my Misty. You don't need a stamping tool, but I thought I set it up in the Misty because it's easy to recreate and do over and over again. Plus, if I wanted to add more water, I could get a softer, I don't love this one as much, but you could do a second gen kind of print. So you would have one really bright and one a little bit lighter. And you could be doing that if you had the Misty set up. So we're going to go. So this is how I kind of set up my Misty. So you'll see it's a little bit weird because it is. I guess I should have set it up. Oh, should I? I should have. Where am I? Just dropped my other piece of paper. I should have set it up this way, side by side. You know what? Let's move it. We can. So, and I'll show you what I did. So we're just going to move it side by side like this. I'm going to use the back. So I use the back of my paper to just kind of set it up. And you know me, I'm an eyeballer. And I use the back because if there's any ink left on it, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to get some residual ink on the back side that's going to get glued down. So I just kind of set up my two outside trees like this and then cling them down. And then you'll see there was a little bit of ink here. And if there wasn't any ink, I was just going to take some ink and ink the bases, because when I go to set up the other tree, which is my like main focal tree, I just wanted to line up the bases. On the first card I did, I just kind of lined everything up together, but I didn't super love it. A little bit lower, but it'll still be like a focal point. So I see my bases here from that kind of imprint. So I'm going to do these here like that. And then I'm going to pick it up and I have it ready. So now I can not have to mask anything off, because the first time I wasn't thinking, when I did it here and here, I had to use a post-it note here to mask a little bit off, and this way it'll be a little bit better. And then you'll see from my little ghost imprints that the two are kind of lined up, and this third one is just a little bit lower, and so it'll like pop up ahead of time. So, oh, and I got some ink on here from here. That's okay. Doesn't matter. We're gonna get it all done and it's gonna look awesome. So, have my magnet. So I'm gonna put it in there, put my paper down, and I'm just gonna start with the one color, hue, whatever, the one color palette, which is gonna be green and blue. And all I'm gonna do is, I have my paper in there, secured because I don't want it to move. All I'm going to do is cut down that, not cut down, I'm just going to color that paper and have it be, or color the stamp and have it be the focal point and add some water. So we're just going to use that misty thing and then these markers. So I'm just going to take, I'm going to pick one side to be green. I'm going to take that darker green that I had. Oh, that might be too dark, but that's okay. So this one is Ocean Teal. And then this is the color I used on the tree, lime green. So I'm just going to literally just color the tree with the watercolor marker. Like that. And then do the same with the blue. So I had used this Arctic blue before for the top part, and then I'm gonna change my base to this cyan color, so, which also might be really dark, but it's okay. This is the beauty of, so I'm just using them to, just to color. And you can use this technique with really anything that, any stamp. It does work nice with these stamps here. So we've colored them. I'm going to take my little mister and I'm going to mist. Oh, I'm going to move my watercolor paper back up so that I have there. Just not really close, kind of far away. I'm just going to give it a little mist. When it gets too close, it'll like pool a little bit more, those water drops. And I don't really want that too much. And I'm just going to press and pick up. And now I have that one set. Oh, sort of pick up, maybe. I have my one set of trees like that stamped, and it's going to give you that watercolor look because we're using those water brush markers. And I'm going to set it to the side because while it's still kind of wet, you can see that there's still ink on there. And so we're going to do a second gen print so you can see the difference there. You can add more water if you want, or you can just use what's on there, and we're just going to do what's on there and just get it. Oh, do I have that new tool? Oh, no, I left it in my office. So you can see it's not as kind of dark and prominent, which is okay. And if you wanted to, you could go back here and add. So I see that there's like a little blue here. Maybe that didn't get in. And maybe a little green over here. But this time I'm gonna spray it. Just to kind of get that to come into effect more. And I'm gonna pull it up and put it to the side. Like that. So that is this half. And then while we're doing that, we're just going to clean up. You can do another print, you could do a tag, or you can just clean off what's left on the stamp, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave them there though, so I can keep doing the same thing if I want. We might do a tag after. Okay. Oh, maybe not. I just moved my stamp. Ha ha ha. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to my first one, my first print, and do the same thing again by putting it in the corner. I have it set up to go with this big tree here in the middle, and I'm going to do it again with the purple color palette. Ooh, I'm already liking the choice of doing the same kind of color versus doing like a brown base. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. The first time I use this red lilac, and then I'm going to use the regular lilac as the base color. So I'm just going to color straight onto the stamp. And I don't have to be like too super careful, but you know, however you want. These are red rubber stamps, so they are very detailed, so you'll see in the crevices and stuff. I definitely want to get on the edges there. And then we'll do the same thing where we just give it one little kind of mist from decently far away. Oh, I missed the bottom part. Oh, like a big glob of water there. I want to pick that up only. Okay, and then we're going to put it down, pick it up. Look at how beautiful that looks. Ta-da! And then while we still have it in there, I'm not adding any water. I'm just going to do my second gen version. You can see it's a little bit more faded, but that's okay. If we wanted to, we could go back and add some more color to it. This one is the lighter one. I could go back in and add a little more color, and I would just do a little spray again. And you can have that like darker prominent tree. Ta-da! So those all go kind of to the side. And then you don't have to stop at like card bases because you can do it on tags and whatnot too. Even the little mini 5 tags, I think I set it up so that it would work on there. So I'm just going to kind of clean this one up real fast. Not too much, but. And if you're going to do like a little tag as a focal point, ooh, look how cute. But I would have to pull it up a little bit. So you just kind of line it up to where you think it would look really good. That's why we have the magnets. The other thing you can do too before you start stamping is you could use some of the stencils, which do I have any in here? Oh, I have this one. This is one of the new ones. The design team has some of the other ones. You can take the stencil and create like a cute little like background with some light colors. You could use the same, you can use your markers, or you could just do a cute, some like inking. But for me, I think, look at how cute, this is going to be a little bit big. I think I'm just going to use, we're just going to use a light color. Just a little light inking, I think is going to be cute. So let's try. You can see how indecisive I am all the time. I'm like, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this on the live. And when it doesn't look good, oh well, we tried. But you know what? If you don't try things, then you're never going to know if they're going to work or not work. So let's grab I don't want something too dark because I want the focus to be on the tree. So what do I have here? I'm going to use some oxide, and I think I'm going to go with Tattered Rose. I'm also going to pull out Antique Linen. But Antique Linen might look really good on just that card base. Grab a little brush. Okay, so we're just going to grab some Antique Linen and see how it looks. And you can see I didn't tape it down. I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm going to go for it. I'm just going straight on top of a number 5, the new mini number 5 tags. I'm just adding it just to give it a little bit of something in the background. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too much to like take your focus away from the trees. There's a pine cone one that Vanessa's using, and she did a sample with at the store, which we'll show tomorrow on the live. But you can see that it's just a little bit of something to give it a little bit of kind of background. You can tell. Look at how cute. It's super. Wait, where did I put it? When I want to line things up is when I have problems. Reline things up? Is that the I know I used it this way somewhere. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, like this. Ta-da. There we go. So you could do different colors if you want, but I just wanted to do kind of a monotone, and then if you just still don't like that it's too kind of stark, you can just come in on the edges with a little, or go through kind of the whole thing. And just, I didn't add any more ink because I didn't want to go too dark. So I'm just using whatever ink is left on the sponge and just kind of blending it in, just to kind of take away from a little bit of the harshness. But now I have like a cute little pattern in the background. I'm using the number 5 tag, and I'm just going to do the same thing over again, but this time you're going to see me go this way. I don't usually work with my platform up and down, but because I want to use the grid marks, I think I need to come to like here, to like here. Yeah, we're going to go here. So we're going to have this focal point here. Boom, boom. We're going to put it down like that. And we're going to do the same thing. So that's how I line things up. It's not the most, I don't know, smooth or whatever, but that's just how my brain rolls. So I line things up, and then I'm going to paint the trees. And if I get a little bit off of that base, I'm okay with it. Oh, I got a little bit too much there. So then I'm just going to go back with the lighter one and blend it in a little. That'll look kind of cool. And do the same with the blue. Oh, yeah, that's a lighter color. Just looked really dark for a second. Ha 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 ha. Do the same thing there. And these are the mixed media tags, so they're not necessarily watercolor paper, but they're made to like be distressed and hold onto, you know, the techniques. And so I just spray a little I'm gonna put it down. And I have those two kind of coming off there. Super cute. So we're gonna let it put it to the side. But you know, I always have something extra. This one has a little bit of color here, but that's okay because I can always cover that up. So I'm just gonna take off that extra ink, do that second print. Because I'll be able to use it for something. I like that it's not too much either. Ta-da! And then we're gonna do the same thing with the purples for the tag, or we can change to a different color. I really like the purple because it's not like crazy purple. We could change to red even. I don't know. I like how the purple looks. So I'm gonna get the purple ready while we wait for the tag to dry. If it's like too wet still, we'll just pop it with some heat. And then just, I'm trying to be like far away, like up by my phone, because I don't want too much water. Oh no, you know what I didn't do? I don't remember where I had the party foul. No, I'm eyeball centering. Which is okay, because that's how Nina rolls. So we're going to eyeball center this like that. I'm not even moving it. I'm eyeball centering. And I'm just going to go for it. Ta-da! Look at how cute they look on the A5 tag. Same technique. Here we have like my first version. Here we have, this is our second, this is our ghost print. This is what we did today. And then here we have the little tag. Ooh, and I love how they all like different, but they're all still kind of like, you know, creates that watercolor effect. So you have like this cute like thing happening. I really like that little texture in the background just a little bit in there just with the stencil. I might have done the Holly Berry. Oh no! You've got to be kidding me. I'm gonna have to like go and voice over. Oh no. Yeah. So, oh, okay, perfect. Oh my God, I was gonna die. I was gonna die on the inside if the sound was gone. Oh, no joke. Okay. But so then we have all those cute little trees, and then you can do a, we could do like a cute little strip. We could do a little bit of embossing with like a sentiment. Here I had just the shine brightly, and I was just using my cute little stamping block for this. So if you wanted to trim this down or mount it, I would kind of trim and mount first, or you can just kind of stamp it right after. You can use the markers too. Oh, we did say that. So you can use the markers if you wanted to match the color palette exactly. So you can color straight on here, and you don't have to spray them if you're just stamping. So you can use them to just kind of eyeball stamping right under. These ones, moment of truth, one and done. Ta-da! And then you have that super pretty shine brightly. You can add some bling. You can add specks. We could do that too. We could take a really like soft kind of color, pick it up with water brush and kind of flick it. There's so many things you could do to add on, and you could keep going. So like if you haven't seen the bottle brush tree set, so if you haven't seen this set yet, it's the new bottle brush trees. There's so many different sizes and stuff. So you could set up your platform to have more trees too in the background and just do a whole bunch of colors. But I liked this. I really was going for like the overlay kind of look here in the middle. But yeah, ta-da! So, and I know that a lot of you bought the brush marker pros, so I wanted to like tie these back in and like bring it back in with how to use them making some fun stuff. And now look at how cute. I mean, I love, and it's also different, right? So this is like a second gen print, and we sprayed it a little more. This was our first gen print. This is a first gen, and this is of course a first gen, and then I have another second gen here that's even lighter because I didn't spray too much. So it's fun to play. And I do have to say though that I do love changing the base. So in this first kind of tag that I did when I was kind of planning this live, I just did brown bases. But I like that when we went live today, I was like, you know what, let's change it up and you do the colored bases. Like it's so pretty, super pretty. So it makes me feel nice and fun. But again, so you can add the sentiment. You can also stamp the sentiment. You can heat emboss the sentiment. We can make it like super bright. You can do some gold, whatever your little heart desires. So I hope you guys had a fun time watching. We'll see if we can stitch these two lives together or whatnot. Actually, it was mostly like the second live. Anyways, the first one I think was just talking. So we will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. Oh, excuse me. Little air escaped my throat. So we'll see you guys tomorrow with another demo and stuff. And Facebook Fridays, we'll be doing it in the Facebook Friday group. I'll be sending out an email with a schedule because of all the life happening stuff. So we're just catching up. And yeah, so everybody have a super happy Thursday, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed this. So if you are inspired by it, I also post what you make. You can post it on our early access group, or you can post it just in the comments of this thing, or post it on Instagram and tag us, Creative Escape Los Gatos, I think, or LG. I want to see what you guys are making. And we've been trying to do more stories on Instagram too. So we've been sharing design team makes from companies in our stories and things that people are tagging us in. So tag away. Trying to learn Instagram too some more. My kids are like, oh, mom. Oh. But I hope you guys have a happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.